Don't wait till the battle's over. Don't wait till the struggle ends. Shout out, right now. Shout out, don't wait till you make it.
What's up, everyone? This is Phillip. I just messed that all up. I was talking backstage just a minute ago, talking about how hot I am because I wore this sweater in this questionable season. What is up, everyone? This is Phillip. Welcome to the PHILLIP Show. Grab your, get some iced tea. I normally drink coffee, but listen, it's hot. So we're in, if you're in business, we're getting out of Q3 and going into Q4. So a lot of people are getting ready for the end of the year, reviewing what's been happening at the beginning of the year, seeing where they are with their strategy, and seeing how and if they may want to pivot. What's happening? A lot of times, if it's not in business, it could be in your personal life. You could be in a career, you could be in a relationship, you can be in something where you look at that and say, I want to be in another place. I want to do something different. I think that it's time for a pivot. But how do you do that? Why do you do that? And with what strength and what courage do you need to do that? And if you decided to pivot, how do you coach other people into pulling out their true, authentic selves to make the biggest impact possible? I know that's a lot of stuff, but today we're not alone. From overcoming his own obstacles to helping others do the same, there's a lot we'll dig into today. So please help me welcome our guest, Lasada.
Hey, Phillip, thank you for having me. Excited to be here, man. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So I opened this up with a whole kind of sweat box up here. What's the weather like where you are? I know I'm in a sweater. You got a short sleeve on. We are not the same.
Yeah. It's getting cooler here, but this is Georgia. This is southern humidity. But we're probably about 80 about now. But it's cooler than it normally is around this time of the year. So it's feeling pretty good right now.
Nice. Well, I'm so encouraged for you. I'll be talking slow, moving slow, because I'm one second away from I'm 1 second away from sweating. Listen, we opened up talking about pivots and passions and all of those. I want people to hear just a little bit about you, and it's going to give us a little bit more context into our next steps together here today. So give us a little bit about your background. What do you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I currently am one of the top communicators in all of America. So I'm an inspirational keynote and motivational speaker, and also a speaker coach as well. That's what I currently do today, almost every day.
Well, that's amazing. And I want to jump. How did you, let's just jump in. How did you get started in communication? Because listen, a lot of people communicate, and a lot of people, we're now on social media, and there's a lot of ways to get messaging out there, to craft your message. But to say that you're a motivational speaker and to take that leap, how did you start that journey?
Yeah, absolutely. So great question. And I love to talk about this because it has been nothing short of an interesting journey for sure. And just to backtrack just a little bit, this is what I will say. There are a lot of people that do say that they are speakers. And I just kind of want to differentiate the difference between, there's a lot of people that talk, there's a lot of people that speak, and then there are people that communicate. Those are three different things. And so because anybody can talk, anybody can do that, anybody can speak, anybody can put together a nice little demo reel and get themselves out there and so forth, and probably book a few gigs and so forth. But communication, especially effectively and at a masterful level, that's a totally different thing. But for me, I started in computer engineering and technology, and I did that for a little bit over a decade. And doing that, I didn't leave corporate because something was wrong. I didn't leave because I had bad managers. I didn't leave because I had a bad and toxic environment. I didn't leave for none of those reasons. I didn't leave because I wasn't paid enough. I didn't leave for that. My journey was that I left because I wanted to step into what I believe is my purpose, my calling, and my gifting. I wanted to be in that space to where I could have maximum impact. And so that's what caused me to make that shift. not because something was wrong. I wanted to be doing what was right for me.
That's interesting. I'm glad, first of all, I'm glad that you started with the differences between communication and just speaking and all of that. But
Yeah.
stepping into what was right for you, how did you decide that this was it? What was it within you that said, you know what? I feel this is a call on my purpose. It aligns with why this area?
Yeah, because I always loved it, Philip, honestly. I always had this internal love for not merely communication, but to inspire other people. That
Mm,
was really at the heart of why I wanted to do this.
yeah.
And I grew up in a faith-based household. And so watching other pastors and speakers, watching how they inspired people and gave people hope, gave people energy,
Mm,
it was something that was ignited and triggered in me from watching those other people that I just grew a passion and a love for. And it never left me. Even when I was in corporate, it just never left me. And so it got to a point one day to where I needed to make a decision. Either I was going to remain in corporate or either I was going to take a leap of faith and go after what I really wanted to do. And so when I got to that crossroad to make that decision, I decided to go after what I really wanted to do. And that's why I chose this, because it chose me.
mm. A lot of people, when they start or when they launch into doing something, specifically speaking and communicating, if you will, when they launch into something like that, they bring a lot of their personal story. They bring a lot
Yeah.
of personal experience, not just their talent, but the passion behind the talent is sharing kind of the heart and the spirit of the story. And you have a signature called The Climb. Tell me about The Climb and how much your personal story really impacts what you communicate to people.
Yeah, so I grew up with little resources. We didn't have a whole lot, and we weren't rich, we weren't wealthy. I didn't grow up with role models. I didn't grow up with a blueprint for success. I didn't grow up with a lot of things that I felt could have advanced or gave me a head start in
Mm,
life. I didn't feel like that. So I felt that I've been making the climb my entire life. I've been
mm,
overcoming obstacles my entire life. I've been knowing how to endure challenges and hard times my entire life. And so that's kind of where this climb. How do you climb? How do you elevate? How do you rise above some of your situations, your circumstances? How do you push through difficult times?
yeah.
And that's kind of where the climb came from. And even though there were times that were hard, there were times that were difficult, I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world because it gave me the resilience, it gave me the perseverance that I have today. It
Mm,
gave me that fighter's mentality. It gave me the ability to keep climbing, even when sometimes it seems like it's more difficult than what it should be. But that's kind of how I got into this space of climbing and helping people to climb with clarity.
Now, do most people, and I don't know if you can speak on behalf of most people, but let me rephrase it. When
Yeah,
it comes to selecting your signature, I guess, speech, your signature presentation, what it is that your core,
yeah,
is it best? How, let me not even lead the question. How should one, if somebody's listening now and they're like, I feel like I am being called to step out of the boat. Now I got all these biblical references to step out of the boat
yeah, yeah.
and step into this area of my purpose. How do you recommend someone start to find out what it is that they should be sharing?
Yeah, probably a three-step process. Number one is ask yourself, do I absolutely love what I'm going after? Do I love what if I'm talking specifically to speakers, do I love what I am talking about? Do
Mhm.
I love what I am going to share with the world? Do I love what I'm going to put out there? Am I totally in love? Am I obsessed with this particular subject or this industry or this pursuit of whatever goal it is that you may be going after? Are you in love with it? It
Yeah,
can't be just like, it has to be love, obsession with it. That's
yeah.
the first thing. And then number two, you have to ask yourself, am I good at this? And am I genuinely good at this? If I
Mm,
were to do a self-assessment, can I say that, yeah, you're actually good at this? You have the skill, you have the talent, you gave yourself something to build upon.
yeah.
And then number three, how does it help somebody else? How does what you bring or what you're going after, what you're obsessed over, what you're in love with, how does that help somebody else? What is the value that it brings to somebody else's life? And if you can answer those three questions, you'll find yourself centered around purpose. You'll find yourself centered around, you know what, I really want to go after this.
Yeah.
I really feel in my heart like this is the thing that I want to go after. I've always loved, you know, communication and inspiring people. And here's the proof of love, Phillip, is that you will be willing to do it for free. That is a strong proof of love. There are a lot of people that get into, you know, various industries and even speaking, you know, because they want the fame or the glory that comes with it, you know, from being on stage, and they want the checks that come with it. But I was doing this for free for more than 5 years before I ever asked for a dime, before I ever took a paycheck or anything. I was doing it for free because I loved it that much. And so that is a strong proof of love. And I'm not encouraging anyone to work for free or to, you know, because you got to make a living. You know, this is my business. This is my full-time business. So I'm not encouraging that. But it is proof to show that I was willing to do this for free because I loved it that much. That's the only thing that I'm highlighting there.
What do you want people? I love how you said that you would do it for free because you're passionate about it. And it seems that for you to be that passionate about it, there's something that you want people to leave with, or something you want to deposit into people listening to whatever your message is. What is it that you want people to know or do or be after you have communicated with them in that capacity?
Yeah, I want people to have a renewed sense of purpose. I believe that the best people in the world, especially if you're working for a corporation or if you're working for yourself, is that you are a person that have found purpose and you're walking in that purpose and on purpose every single day. I think that is the ultimate level of contentment. Is when you are in purpose, when you walk in that. So I want people to live their life on purpose and in purpose, because I think that that's where they will find their ultimate fulfillment, is when they're in purpose. And so that's my whole goal, is that I want to help you get there. And also I want you to max out your full potential. What can you become? Not who you are today, but what can you become? Who can you become? And so I want people to reach that, but the way that you reach that and max out your full potential is by operating in purpose and on purpose every single day. That's how you get there. So that's what I want for other people. I want to help people get there.
What have you learned about yourself? I'm always interested, specifically surrounding motivational speaking, inspirational messages, and the journey that you've been on. You've pivoted from engineer to coach and to entrepreneur and to motivational speaker. What have you learned about yourself in this journey, throughout this journey?
Oh yeah, this is good. Phillip, I got something good for you right here. Is that here's what I would tell other people, and this is based on what I learned about myself, is that I don't have to be the best in order to give my best. Come on. I don't have to be the best in order to give my best. And the same thing applies to anybody who's listening to this right now, is that you don't have to be the best in order to give your best. And so I realized that what I needed to do every single day was put my best foot forward every single day. And another thing that I learned was that I can do this, and that I'm made and I'm built for this. I learned that in the process, is that, you know, because there were a lot of times, you know, to where I had a lot of fear, and I had to truly believe in myself. I had to believe that I was gifted and purpose for what I do now. And I had to believe that I had value. I had to believe that when I walk on a stage, when I walk in a room, that I have something of value to share with the listeners. I had to believe that. I had to get there. So I learned that about myself, is that, yeah, I'm built for this, and that I'm made for this, and I don't have to be the best in order to give my best. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be flawless. I just need to give my best every single day, and my best oftentimes is sufficient.
That's that's powerful. And I think that's something that is so easy to hear and so hard to remember during the times when you feel like you have to give your best or you're not doing your best. What are some tools outside of what you just said? What are like your top 3 tools that you use to make sure that you silence those voices in your head to be able to declare and believe what you just said? And the reason why I'm asking is because I know a lot of people, they think of moving forward and they think of pivoting and they think of doing all of these things. But then there are those moments where you say, no, you can't. No, you can't. What is your battle plan in those moments for you to help you keep moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. Win. Make sure that you are aiming to win every single day. Don't play the game just because there is a game. Play the game to win. And what do I mean by that? I grew up watching football, Phillip. I love football. I grew up running track and playing basketball. And so I'm just going to tie this in with where I'm going with this. Is that I remember, I believe this was 2017, maybe 2018, and the Atlanta Falcons had made the Super Bowl. And they were playing against the New England Patriots. I want to say it was 2017. And they're playing against the New England Patriots. And I remember the Atlanta Falcons, my home team, we were winning that game 28-3. Late in the third quarter. So more than about 60 to 70% of the game had gone by and we're winning by 25 points. And I was like, there's no way we can lose. We can mess this up. But nonetheless, long story short, New England won the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl from a 25-point deficit. They won the Super Bowl. And this is what I realized is that the Atlanta Falcons, they had a culture of losing. They had never won a championship. This was only their second time ever making it to a Super Bowl. So they didn't have the culture of winning. They were excited to be in the biggest game of their career. They were excited to be in the last game of the year. They were excited to be there. They were happy with participating in the game. They weren't there to dominate. So there's a huge difference. We don't want to show up just to participate. We want to show up to dominate. And so when you wake up every single day, you are battling your own thoughts. And if you are not used to overcoming those thoughts every single day, they're going to overtake you. They're going to win. So you have to show up a different person. You have to show up with, you know what, I am here to fight. Let's say there's fear. Let's say there's procrastination, whatever it is. I am here to fight with fear today. But I'm not only here to fight, I'm here to win. And so I had to learn how to embrace a lot of those things. I had to learn how to embrace procrastination. I had to learn how to embrace fear. I had to learn how to embrace self-doubt. I embrace those things to where, you know what, I said, I can do this. They don't have to be non-existent. I can do this in their presence. I can do this in their face. So I learned how to coexist with fear, with self-doubt, with procrastination. I learned how to coexist with those things. It's not that I was going to ever get rid of them completely, but I learned how to coexist with them. So the person who's battling this every single day, a lot of times we spend so much energy and so much time and we never pull the trigger. We never take that first step. Is because the fear, the procrastination, the doubt is still there. We're waiting for it to leave. And I'm like, no, don't wait for it to leave. Do it while it's there. I got a special seat in my house just for fear. I invite fear in. Let it sit down. Have a conversation with it. But I'm not waiting for it to leave in order for me to take that first step. So I would encourage people, hey, if your battle strategy is take the first step, even if those things are still present. They don't have to be non-existent for you to take the first step. So that's what I would encourage.
That's some permission that I think a lot of people are going to grab a hold of, because I think people wait for it to be over, or people wait for it to be gone, or for fear to not be in that seat. And then there is a level of defeatist mentality or failure because fear hasn't gotten up, because anxiety is still there, because procrastination still exists, instead of, in spite of it being here, move forward, in spite of. That's good.
That's right. Here, think about this, Phillip, also, is that fail and fail are not the same.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time. Hold on.
Fail, yep. Catch me on this one now. Fail and fail are not the same. Okay. They sound just alike. They start with the same letter. They end with the same letter. But F-E-L-L and F-A-I-L are not the same. So
Okay.
fail and fail are not the same.
Got you.
And here's the reality: just because you fail, it doesn't make you a failure.
Mm. Got
So
it.
keep pushing. Get up, keep fighting. The fight is not over. Just because the chapter ends, it doesn't mean that your story is over.
Just because you fell doesn't mean that you're a failure. Deep.
That's
Love
right.
it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. This is a lot. I need a whole book. I need a I need an audio book and a podcast and a journal and stickers and wall art. Just
That's right.
yeah. Yeah. So tell me how somebody connects with you and tell me why we would. What am I going to connect you with? I know you coach. I know, you clearly you blaze the stage. Tell me how to connect with you and under what circumstances would I do that?
Yeah, so it's very easy. LasadaPippen.com, or all of my socials are just simply at Lasada Pippen. That's very easy to find for the most part. Just my first and last name. That's all what it is. You will connect with me for two or three reasons, pretty much.
Okay.
You need a speaker for your event. You need a speaker for your corporation, for your organization, for your school. You need some type of training, some type of resilience in your teams. You need some type of leadership training. You need some type of communication coaching. That would be me.
Mhm.
That's when you would call Lasada Pippen and say, hey, we have an event coming up, or hey, we have a team building activity coming up. Hey, we need some coaching for our team or for our executives or our professionals. Lasada, how can we work with you? That's where I come into play. And I grace the stage and I give them a dynamic experience and a dynamic delivery. And I make sure that their people will leave that place different from the way that they walked in there.
One of the things that I enjoy about what you just said is that I believe you. And and I believe you because it's not what you demonstrated is that it's not just a speech. It's not just the stage. It is who you are, and it is who not just what you do. It's your passion and your purpose is with you all the time, and it's evident through how you explained all that. So I enjoy that we got a front row seat to what it is that you do, and thanks for opening that up so people can recognize how they can maximize your passion and really help you to change other people's lives. Tremendous.
Absolutely. Yep. Grateful. Love what I get to do. One trade for nothing in the world.
Yeah. Well, Lasada, thank you so much for joining me and being on the Phillip Show. I'm appreciative that you followed your passion and you did the pivot from engineering to being a motivational speaker and coach. What a journey, and wow.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you for having me, Phillip. This was great. I really enjoyed having a conversation with you today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was Lasada Pippen. Listen, I'm telling you, rewind. If you're listening, rewind it. If you're watching it, rewind it. Whatever you're doing it, hit the playlist, save it wherever you are. There was something for you to pull out and to ingest. And just because you fell, and I think everybody can attest to this some point in their life, in some situation or scenario, just because you fell doesn't mean that you're a failure. That and so much more. Go to thephillipshow.com, connect with Lasada, decide what direction you want to go, and ask yourself, does it match your purpose? Thank you for tuning in. I will see you next time here on The Phillip Show.
Don't